Hello, I'm Howard. I've worked in UK railway engineering for nearly 20 years in everything from maintenance and fault response to project work, renewals, and management. I don't claim to know everything about railways, but I can hopefully share some knowledge. I've seen this video while looking on YouTube. I thought this was quite interesting. From what looks to be a Japanese movie from probably the 80s or 90s called The Bullet Train. Um, I think the premise of it is that there's a runaway train, and it has to be diverted around the network because it can't stop. Um, so let's have a quick look at what's going on. This is high octane um, action. See, that's almost certainly a real signalling panel. They've not done this for the film. This is probably just an actual signalling panel that they've taken footage of. Um, that's exactly what a lot of them look like today, with the lights that show where that little orange light is where the train is occupying that track circuit. The up train, that's how we describe it, and the down. So the Japanese use the same terms.
10秒前9、8、7、6、5秒前4、3、2、1、9。
They're not trying to prevent a head-on collision here. I think he's preventing a collision further down the line. They look like models.
点滴的操作。
Okay, so a couple of things there. So, firstly, the sleepers that you see here, these are concrete, and in all the shots I've seen in this clip, it always shows concrete sleepers when shot from a distance. But interestingly, when it shows the points, so when we cut to the points here, you can see these are quite clearly wooden sleepers, wooden timbers. It looks to me like something that's on a lower category of line speed than a high speed bullet train. The ballast shoulder is quite low. There's not a lot of ballast in these beds, which is important when you've got a high speed line to lock everything into place. Here, at the end of the switch, you've got there what looks like a tie bar, that which is something that's used to hold the gauge of when the track gauge is widening too much. I wouldn't expect that on a high speed line. That's why the high speed line in the other clip was concrete. You don't get as much gauge spread on them as you do with wooden. So that looks to me like a tie bar, which wrong category of the whole thing just looks like the wrong category of line for high speed trains, and this looks to be quite a steep turnout angle. So you wouldn't want a high speed train to turn quickly off a short set of points like that. The point would need to turn out very gradually for a high speed move, and these just don't look like it to me. Looks like point machine operated. Nice big. That's the sole plate. And turning out at that speed on those points. Not on the ones we saw. On other sets, maybe, yeah. The other thing to note here is under normal circumstances, you'd never be able to pull this move off with how the interlocking is designed, because the interlocking, the brain of the railway, won't let you move the points when the train's approaching. So when the signaller sets from A to B and the points are in the middle of that section, once the train's on the way, the points won't be able to swing. Even if the signaller tries to turn his points, they won't go, because for two reasons. Number one, you don't want a 100-mile-an-hour train whizzing over a set of points and derailing. Number two, it could hit oncoming traffic. And you have the points won't move when the track circuit directly on top of them is occupied either, because that could trap the train wheels, and then you'll have half the train trying to go one way and half the train trying to go the other way. And so, under normal circumstances, you would never, in any interlocking system, right back to the Victorian lever frame stuff, you would not be able to move the points at will in front of a train like that. I say under normal circumstances because there are exceptions. You can do what in the UK is called a release of controls, where you apply a wire strap to two certain points within the interlocking to create a purposeful unsafe condition, so that you can divert an accident. So you would, in some circumstances, be allowed to go around the normal interlocking and override it in order to do something like this, which I haven't seen the movie. Maybe that's what's happening. Maybe they've got someone in the relay room applying a wire between two pieces of the interlocking that would cut out the safety feature of not being able to move the points. You basically turn off the feature that doesn't let you move the points when there's a train on the way. That can and does happen. It's very rare, but it can be done, and within the rules. Not for something as extreme as this, but there are some situations that you could do that. Oh, what now?
ダメだ非常ブレーキが外れない
Oh, the emergency brake.
もう一度やれ
He needs to release the emergency brake. That doesn't make sense. Oh, so now he's going faster. So he probably has to, because the train can't stop, he has to speed it down and speed it up and slow it down in order to dodge certain other trains on the line and get to the right points and move around the loops in order to prevent a collision. All in all, that looks like an exciting film. I bet this is on YouTube, probably in a foreign language. I might go and watch this and see if there's anything else interesting in it, signaling wise. See you later.